Hello and welcome to tonight's episode of Amnesia. I'm Liz, the GM for tonight, while Aaron gets to enjoy viewing tonight's episode. And I'm joined by the lovely Bianca.
Hello, everyone, and thanks, Liz, for having me.
No, it's great having you on. I'm very excited.
Me too.
So, Amnesia, for those who haven't experienced this show, is a game where no one knows what they're doing. Neither does the GM, so we'll see how it all plays out tonight. Is there anything that you wanted to tell the viewers out there about yourself?
Look, not a lot about me to tell. I'm just really excited to be here. I've done a little bit of GMing myself, but I don't often get to be the player, so I'm really excited to just have a go and see what happens. It's gonna be cool.
Good, very exciting. Well, for everyone, Woodcarver Gaming does a lot of different things with wood. So we create dice, which will be available next Monday, I believe. We've got gorgeous dice trays with various colours and sizes. And no?
Aren't you gonna do like the model hands, Liz? Like the model hands?
Oh, I've got the viewers have a different screen that they can see that
I
that
see.
your eyes
Okay.
don't get to look at.
That I can't see.
No.
I feel like I'm missing out.
Well, I'll show our beautiful GM screen. You can get custom
very
engravings
nice.
on.
Very
But
cool.
enough of that now. You can check out our website if you want to see more. Let's start tonight's game. And let's begin. You awaken into pitch black. You cannot be sure if your eyes are open or not. You're unable to move. It appears that your arms and legs have been restrained. You can hear voices, although they're muffled. No music or TV, all ambience is otherwise silent. You're certain they are not in the same room as you. When you take a deep breath, the only word that comes to mind is sterile.
Okay. This could be interesting. Where am I?
I hope so.
Okay, so I'm gonna, I think, get up off the floor and very tentatively make my way through the darkness, reaching out with my arms to just make sure that I'm not going to trip over anything or bump into anyone. Hopefully, fingers crossed, there's nobody else in the room with me. And just see whether I can kind of feel my way through the dark into some light. I'm really hoping.
Roll a D10 for me.
Okay. Let's do this. I got a 5.
So you're actually in a bed of some sorts, you suspect. And you're not able to really move around much because your arms and legs are very heavy. So they're not actually restrained, but the feeling of your limbs are, they don't quite feel like your own, but you know that they are connected to your body, but they're just so heavy that you don't have the capacity to move them at will.
Okay, I've experienced this before after a big night. So I've got like really heavy limbs. Maybe I'm going to end up with some bad pins and needles. Okay. All right. So I'm sort of writhing a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great. Fantastic.
So you're succumbed with tiredness, and so the urge to sleep is very, very high. Roll a d20 for me to see if you fall asleep.
Okay. $18.
Okay, so you are very strong-willed, and one of the things that you do remember about yourself is that you're quite cautious. So you don't want to fall asleep, but the will's just too strong and you end up passing out.
All right, so I'm sort of like, must stay. Oh.
Yeah, you're trying to keep those eyes peeled, and it's not happening. The darkness is just too strong and it just overtakes you. So while you are asleep though, you do have vivid dreams, and as this is happening, you're experiencing what you potentially could feel could be a memory. So once again, you're surrounded by darkness, but you can hear a voice. It sparks a bright light that shines like little stars across. They make you feel warm, familiar, safe. Suddenly, there's a strong blinding light that almost feels like it's piercing your eyes, followed by loud screeching sounds and prolonged car horns. All warmth instantly disappears. You wake up, roll a d4 for me.
All right, 2.
So the desire to fall asleep is still there, but it's definitely dissipated. So you're feeling a little bit stronger. Your limbs are feeling slightly more mobile, but there's still definitely weakness there.
Am I getting pins and needles yet?
You can feel it in your fingers at the moment.
Oh, all right. Don't start breaking out into song, Liz.
I'll try and contain myself.
All right, so okay, I'm still contained in the bed, but I'm starting to get a little bit of mobility, but not enough to get myself out of bed.
Not enough to get outside of bed, but you might be able to do something else if you try.
And is the face associated with the voice that I've just heard in my mind, is that still kind of etched into my brain, or did that dissipate when I kind of woke up?
You couldn't see your face. Everything was associated with darkness and light. So the first set of light that you'd seen was something that was familiar. So think of it as if like you've got a shooting star and you've got comets and things like that light up the sky. So each of these different things associate with you differently. And then that last bright of light was just, there was pain.
So confused. It's almost as if I have amnesia.
It does, doesn't it? I know.
Who would have thought?
So cool.
All right.
So as you're lying there, you're starting to hear those muffled voices again, and you're not sure where they're coming from, but they're definitely in the background.
They're in the background. Am I getting a sense that they are like in the background in the darkness of the room somewhere outside of the room, or are these muffled voices perhaps, again, maybe they're in my brain? I'm feeling like
D6 for me.
Okay. Really rolling high tonight. Number 2.
So you suspect the voices are occurring outside of the room.
Okay.
But you don't think it's outside the door. It seems to be further down the hallway.
Okay.
Or
all right, so they're quite distant.
From the door. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. What happens next?
What would you like to happen?
I want to try and get out of bed. I know that I don't have a lot of mobility, but I want to go for maybe like a Kill Bill scenario where, I don't know, I'm going to kind of like fight through it. I'm going to force some movement in my fingers and my toes, a bit more movement, and I'm going to roll myself off the bed.
Okay.
Can I do that?
roll a d10 for me again.
Okay. Number 3.
Oh, you really are on a roll tonight, aren't you?
Such a roll. Woohoo!
So, when you've come out of that sleep, you felt like your limbs have slightly lightened up, but it's more as if your hands have become more mobile. So
Okay.
that force that you've put in there, you can't feel anything from like your waist down. Nothing seems to be moving there, but you've
Great.
definitely been able to move your fingers, move your arm slightly, um,
Mhm.
but not enough to be able to actually propel yourself off the bed that you're on.
Okay. Um. So, am I sitting up now though? Have I got enough strength to sort of sit up in this bed that I'm in
Yeah, I
with
think
my arms, like pull myself up, sort of like
I
onto
think
my.
you've been able to pull yourself up enough that you can feel that you're a bit tender and sore. Um,
Okay.
but you're not sitting up straight by any means. That
All
it's just
right.
taken so much energy out of you to even be able to move that, 40 degrees that you've
Oof.
kind of
All
just
right.
fall back down again. And the urge to fall
Exhausting.
asleep has come back again.
All right. Okay. Um, I really want to try and fight falling back to sleep.
What would you like
Can
to
I?
do?
What I would really like to do is, considering I am stuck in a um, horizontal position. I want to, and I often do this sometimes when I'm half asleep, and I need the light. I want to check that is there maybe a light like next to me beside the bed, like a bedside lamp.
Okay.
Um, so can I check for that to see
Yep.
whether
Roll a d6 for me. See
okay.
what you can find.
Let's see. Come on, roll high. And I got a 1. Critical fail.
No.
No.
So as you try and stumble your way through the darkness with your hand, as you go to first your left,
Hmm.
you're slowly kind of like creeping your hands across because there is still heaviness in the limb,
Yep.
but you're able to move it fairly smoothly.
Cool.
You realize that there is actually a bar that's preventing you to be able to roll out of bed.
Right.
So if you
Ah.
slide your finger as far as that you can, it has a bit of a curve to it, and it somewhat
Mm.
reminds you of what could be a hospital bed.
Right. Okay. In that case, now that I have this awareness that, um, can I check? Can I sort of feel around, like my peripherals, to see whether there's some kind of a button, maybe a button to call somebody?
Yep. So as you continue sliding it down, and you know how they have that edge that kind of falls back towards like the wall or the bed head,
Yeah.
you feel that they've got that control that they slide along the bar.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay.
So you've been able to grab that.
All right. So firstly, so I've got this control, which is very exciting because everyone loves getting one of those controls when you're in the hospital.
Test them
Um,
out.
so I want to, yeah, I want to see whether I can maybe press some buttons, see what happens. Um, I think I'm feeling there's one button and I'm going to give that a go. So I'm pressing that button. What's
Okay, so
happening?
what's your intention that you want to do here?
I want to try and call somebody.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll a d4 for me.
Okay. And I have gotten a 2.
Okay, so you press the button. You're not hearing that buzzing sound or anything that normally would occur when you're in
So I just
hospital.
keep on pressing it.
Yeah, and
Work.
that muffling sound that you hear in the background stops.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And then suddenly a voice is heard. dear. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm okay. Sorry, just a little bit of brain fog, but who am I speaking with?
Oh, dear, it's Stella. Do you not remember?
Stella, like we go way back, but as I said, bit of brain fog. Gonna have to just, jog my memory here.
Of course, of course. My apologies. I'm your nurse. I've been taking care of you since you've come into our care, dear.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, firstly, thank you so much for all the wonderful, magnificent work you're doing. Healthcare workers, you do not get enough credit, so thank you.
Oh,
Number
thank
two,
you.
um, there's a bit of a light situation. Can't find it in this room, so if you could come and help me out with that, awesome. Number three, when you do that, if we could have a conversation around why I'm here, that would be great.
Oh, um, firstly, I think it's quite important that I let you know that the reason why you're here is that you were in a severe car accident.
Was it
And
my fault?
I'm not sure of the events that surround the car accident. We're just here to ensure that everyone gets the best care. But as part of that, your eyes were damaged from the head trauma. So right now, everything's been bandaged up for recovery. So,
That makes
and,
so much sense, Stella. It's making so much sense now. Okay.
yeah, I'm really sorry to have to break it to you. Yes.
There's like two questions I want to ask you now, Stella, but I'm just really thinking about my insurance rates. Will they go up now that I've had this accident? But I guess eyesight is probably bigger priority. So, okay. All right. Uh, so is there a doctor that I can talk to maybe about
You
this
want to speak to the
situation?
doctor? Sure,
Yeah, love to.
I can call Rhonda in. Rhonda, dear.
Sorry, sorry, Stella. I shouldn't laugh, but Rhonda. Okay, let me compose myself. Yes, call Rhonda in.
Rhonda, she'd like to talk to you. Hello, girl.
Okay, that's a nice to
Bit of a
see you too,
contrast.
Rhonda. Yeah, bit of a contrast.
Uh, how can I help you tonight?
So, firstly, props to Stella. You should definitely be giving her a raise. She's amazing.
Yes.
Just want to obviously have a conversation with you about the old blinkers. What's the go there with this bandage? What's happening with my eyes? Like, we get
Stella,
a little bit more background as to what's going to happen with them.
Stella, did you not tell her that she should be resting and that will help heal her eyes? No, of course, Stella didn't tell you that. No, no. Stella likes to talk to people. Don't you, Stella? Dear girl, we think it's best if you have another sleep. And when you've got more energy, then we can have a better discussion about your current mental state.
Sorry, Rhonda. Can I call you Rhonda? Rhonda's okay,
Yes,
right?
Rhonda
You're
is my
not
name.
Doctor something. All right, cool, perfect. So Rhonda, just want to query you on the we. Are you referring to you and Stella, or is there someone else that maybe I should be talking to as well? I mean, I can't see any of you, but it would be great to, you know, because I'm feeling like I'm like tired. I'm a little bit heavy, but I love answers. Like I love having a chat. That's why I really like Stella. So let's talk.
Just as this all happens,
Okay.
a wave, the fogginess, the desire to sleep has hit you, and
Okay.
you succumb to darkness again. Roll a d12 for me.
All right. Three.
So you go into a deep sleep.
Joy of joys.
That's right. But hey, Rhonda would be pleased. Deep sleep means great recovery time. As this all happens, you are displaying more vivid dreams, and it's taking you on another journey. So as this occurs, you have this vision appear in front of you, and you can hear crying. You can feel yourself touching someone's shoulder. You feel their hair, it's long, thick. You can smell roses and buttermilk cookies. The smell reminds you of somebody. Your mother? At the thought of your mother, you feel the same warmth you felt during that first vision when you first fell asleep. Once again, you're thrown into complete darkness. You hear yourself saying, "It's okay. Everything's going to be okay, Mum." And now you hear another voice. This time it's coming from in front of you. The sound bouncing like it's projecting across the other side of the room. "I'm sorry, I don't have more positive news. In these situations, surgery isn't always the answer." And then you wake up. Roll a d4 for me.
Okay. Intense. Number 1. Not surprising.
Considering how deep of a sleep you're in, you should have probably woken up with a bit more energy, you would have thought. But you don't feel that much more, I guess, healthier or more awake or an alert. Your limbs are slightly more mobile. You feel more of the different limbs and the different parts of your body.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
Okay, well, I think I am going to take off my bandages. You know what? Screw Rhonda. Because I get a feeling that I can't trust old mate Rhonda. So can I try taking off my bandages?
You can try. Roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
Poor Rhonda. One conversation and you already feel this way about her.
Woo! 6.
Oh, well done.
My luck is turning.
So you bring your arm up, and there's still a bit of heaviness with it, but you know, you're feeling confident. You're able to pull it up towards your head.
Okay.
And as you do, you've kind of like scrape your hand up your face, and you can feel different cuts and things like that, but nothing too serious. But as you go to where you know that your eyes should be, you can feel the bandages, and you're able to kind of feel where the bandages start and end. So you're starting to unravel your bandage. As you get to the very last bit, your heart starts racing, and you know that this is it. Like, this is the moment that you've been waiting for. And as that last bandage comes off, you're still in darkness.
Okay.
Old Rhonda was telling you the truth.
Old Rhonda was telling me the truth. Okay. All right. I think I'm going to reach back into the void for my clicker. And I want to press that button again and see whether I can maybe, hopefully, talk to Stella, not to Rhonda. So I'm gonna press that button.
Press the button again. Okay. So it's exactly where you left it last, so right beside you, so you've easily been able to locate it. Press the button.
Cool.
A muffling sound prior to you doing it was still being able to be heard. Same distance as before. It's not getting any closer, not getting any louder. But as soon as you press that button, it ends. and you
Okay.
hear, "Oh, hello, dear. You're awake again. How are you feeling?"
Oh, Stella, you are a breath of fresh air. Yep, turns out Rhonda was right. I am currently blind. Hopefully that changes.
Yes,
But
we're
that's
hoping
not
it's
what I
only
wanted to.
temporary.
Fingers crossed. I'm just wondering though. I've been having some weird dreams, and I'm wondering. Obviously, I was in a car accident. Found that out, which was not fantastic news. But was there anyone in the car with me who might be in the hospital now? I just get a sense that maybe there is. Can you help me with that, Stella?
I can try. Things are a bit complicated and chaotic in the rest of the hospital. It's been a very busy couple of days. But
Okay.
we are aware that there were multiple injuries in the same accident that you were involved with. Um,
Right.
but we are still identifying and linking up who was in which car, and it's just a bit complicated. And unfortunately, I
I,
just don't have more answers for you.
hold up a minute. Identifying. Are we talking about living people, or has
I
there
just
been
don't think it's my place to say at this stage. I don't want to bring
fatalities?
you any more stress. It's really important that we give you the time to recover naturally and that you're able to regain your memories at your own will. I don't want to bombard you with information. It could disrupt your overall recovery.
That's really nice of you, Stella. I nearly called you Rhonda, but you're not Rhonda, you're
No,
Stella.
no, I'm
So,
not.
all right. Well, you know, when you can give me a bit more information, that would be great. Because I'm kind of in the dark here, literally and figuratively,
I'll
and I
try my
just would
best.
like to know more, some more. That would be great. Thank you so much, Stella.
I'll try my best. I'll see what I can find out for you and I'll let you know when I can. Is there
Perfect.
anything else I can do for you?
Um, could I have a glass of juice? That would be great.
Of course you can. And
Thank you so much.
it's almost instantly that you can feel a cup in your hand and there's a straw that Stella is bringing across to your mouth.
Stella, your service is very, very fast. Have you been in the room with me this whole time? What's going on?
Oh no, dear. It's just mealtime at the hospital, so I have my cart with all the juices and the food and stuff. So all ready here for you, my dear.
Very convenient. Almost too convenient.
We're all here about great service. I did tell you that earlier, didn't I, dear?
You did. Okay. Not my experience of hospitals usually, but fantastic. Orange juice. My favorite. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And then at that point, you are becoming sleepy again. Eyelids are getting heavier. Roll a
Quickly,
d20 for
Stella,
me.
take my juice. Sorry, which one do you want to roll?
Roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
See if you can fight the sleep off.
Oh, come on. I want to finish. Ah!
What?
Get in there. I'm going to finish my juice. It's 20.
Oh, well, there you go. You fought that sleep.
I did.
You're not going into any more darkness just
Good.
yet.
I'm currently in it, so
Can't get any deeper than that, then, can you? So at
could
this
do. Wouldn't be
point,
coming back from it though.
be nice to get a little bit of light, even.
A little bit, just a tiny bit.
Yeah, just enough. Just a bit of haziness. At this point, Stella has disappeared. The muffling in the background has reappeared again,
Hmm.
and you're alone, awake. What would you like to do?
I hmm, I want to see whether I can potentially get out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Roll
you
it.
rec
You haven't had sleep recently, so you haven't been able to regain any more strength. So roll a d8 for me.
Okay.
You have had the juice, and that's got a bit of sugar, so
Bit of sugar.
yeah,
Bit of
freshly
a hit.
squeezed juice, so natural
Oh.
sugars.
Oh, that is a 0.
A 0.
Wait, no, hang on, wait. Wrong one.
I was gonna say, did you
I
roll
was,
the right
I
one?
did.
I
Oh,
rolled
no,
the
I
wrong
didn't.
one. I put a
Oh,
10.
okay.
Hang on.
And it's a 3. It's a 3.
That's all right. That's okay. So with that, your legs, you're finding that you can wiggle your toes a little bit, so you're starting to get feeling back in there. You think that you might have just moved your heel, but you can't be 100% sure. But your arms, they're definitely moving around. You've been able to sit yourself up, so now you're actually at a 90-degree angle,
Okay.
and you can feel things around.
I'm moving up in the world.
You are.
Literally.
What would you like to do?
Okay. I think, I don't know, maybe I should just bother Rhonda. I'll see if I can get Rhonda in to give me some more information. Or is there anyone else in the hospital, maybe, that I can get some more information from? Oh, I might call Rhonda. Let's get Rhonda back in.
Call Rhonda? Okay.
Help me, Rhonda.
Are
Help me,
you
Rhonda.
yelling or are you pressing the button?
I'm doing both, let's face it. I'm a bit of a live wire.
Okay. Roll a d6 for me. Let's just see how you go with getting Rhonda back in the room.
A 1?
Okay, so you're yelling at the top of your lungs, being like, Rhonda, Rhonda. You're pressing the button, and then the muffling and the noise stops.
Mm-hmm.
And, dear, what's wrong? Is everything okay?
That you, Stella?
Yes, of course it is, dear. Who else would it be?
Perfect. I don't know. Could be somebody else, but just checking. All right. So, wondering if you could do me a solid. Would love to talk to Rhonda. Can you get her on the line?
Rhonda, you want to talk to Rhonda again?
Yes.
Can I ask why?
Just want to catch up, see how her day is going. No, I just want to. I just want to have a chat with her about my health and my eyes and all the fun stuff.
I must warn you, she's not in the most pleasant of moods at the moment. She's feeling a bit overworked and fragile at the moment. Are you sure you want to speak with Rhonda?
Yes, I do want to speak with Rhonda.
Okay, I warned you. Rhonda! 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 Yes, Stella. She would like to talk to you. Girl, hello. How can I help you?
Hey Rhonda, so good to speak with you again. Thanks for taking my call. Love it. Firstly, why do you keep calling me girl? Do I not have a name? I feel like girl is not my name. Surely you have my records somewhere, I'm guessing, or my driver's license. I can't see it. I don't know where my wallet is, but it should be in the room. I'm sure I would have it on me. That seems like something a socially responsible adult would do, and I think
You
I
talk too
was
much.
one.
Please stop. Stop. My head hurts a lot.
You think your head hurts, Rhonda? Don't
Now,
even start with me.
to answer your question about why I call you girl,
Thank you.
is because it is what I do, girl. If you don't like it, put a complaint in upper management and we'll see how that goes. But I have a sneaky suspicion that they're not going to care. I'm good at my job. I'm safe. Now, what is it that you actually want from me? I'm a very busy person and I do not have time for this.
Well, Rhonda, firstly, questionable customer service. Might need to work on that, but okay. Number two, I really like giving lists. I just need some more information. I tell you what, we'll make a deal. You give me some more information, tell me a bit more around the circumstances of, the accident and how
As
I came to
you're
be here.
talking,
Yeah.
you can hear like a whisper of
Ooh.
something that's if like it's flying in the air,
Oh, okay.
and you feel like a zap on your finger,
Ooh.
and your like that tiredness is starting to come back again.
Another thing, Rhonda, you either have a
Girl,
fly problem
you're looking
or you're drugging me.
very,
I don't
very
know.
tired right now. Just get to the point.
And I wanna know why I.
Once again, you feel that zap hit your finger and you're out.
All right.
You've gone into a deep sleep, and at this point, you've got more vivid imageries that are coming across from you. This time, you're overwhelmed by the bustling noises of what you can only imagine to be a busy city during peak hour traffic. Day or night, you're not sure, but all you know is that it's hectic out there. The sounds of car and horns, competing voices, even the tap-tapping of heels against the pavement find their ways into your ears, deafening you. Just as you're contemplating the pain, you feel a hand squeeze yours. It's okay, I've got you. We're going to get through this together. You feel a breeze, and as you take a breath, it's that familiar scent again. Your mother. You feel safe. You look over to your mum, who has a huge smile across her face. She begins to tell you something, but you're blasted by that same bright light as the first image. But this time, you see the source. A large car. You can't make out the model, it's moving too fast. It's not stopping. Why isn't it stopping? You can hear gasps, people yelling, horns blaring. You're frozen in fear, and your mum somehow has no idea this is happening. You greet her with silence. And you wake up. Roll a d4 for me.
Ooh, 4.
So you are definitely feeling like you've had a lot of sleep. You've got a bit more energy, a bit more prep about you.
Okay.
And you're feeling like you can actually feel like the blood flowing through your body. So you've got more control over your limbs.
Okay. All right. So I really want to try and get out of bed now.
Okay.
I want to try. I want to do it. I need to get out of this room. I need to get some answers because
I'm feeling like you can do it this time.
Oh, I really hope so.
Let's roll a d6 to see.
Come on. Let's do it, d6. It's a 1.
So you can definitely move your legs. You can move your arms now.
Yep.
But as you go to swing across, you forgot about the bars that are running aside you.
Ow.
So yeah, you've knocked your shin a little bit there, and you can feel that like there's going to be a bruise there later. It's going to be a doozy.
Yeah, that hurts. Ow.
So you feel across to try and find that lever that'll lower that down, and you're able to find it, but you're sore now.
Okay. So, sore shin aside, I'm gonna kind of hobble my way out of bed now that I've moved that bar down. Just
So
sort of slide myself.
is this the left side of the bed or the right side of the bed?
Which was the side that I pulled it down.
So it'll be you're
The
going to
left
be
side?
you're stronger on the left, so we'll say the left side.
Say my left side. So I am, just kind of angling myself out of the bed, with my arms and swinging my legs over the edge. And I'm guessing I don't have any socks on, so this is going to be really cold. but I put my bare feet onto the ground, and I start to sort of lift myself up, but tentatively, not letting my hands off the bed behind me. And so now I'm gonna like go for it like a baby bird, waddling out of its nest. I'm gonna try, and now I'm gonna try and feel my way out of the room.
So as your feet touch the ground, you're surprised that it's not as cold as what you suspected it was going to be. So
okay.
You realize at this point that you must have some sort of bed socks, like compression socks, those kind of socks that they give you in hospital to make sure that everything's all
nice.
good.
How nice.
Yeah. And you're not feeling cold in the room. Everything seems to be perfect temperature. You notice as like you've gotten to get up that there's like a bit of a wind that's behind you. So you realize that you must be wearing like a hospital gown or something like that. You're not fully, like your clothes aren't completely like tight around you. So that way, you know, everything's protected by the elements. But you know, you're happy, you're content. You're a little bit wobbly because obviously this is the first time that you have been able to muster up the strength to get out of bed. It has wiped some energy out of you though. That's taken quite a lot of strength to be able to get out of bed, stand. But you're doing okay. You're pulling through.
Okay. So I think with that, as much as I might be a little bit shaky on my legs now, I want to try and feel my way around the room to find a door handle so that I can then open said door and see whether I can, or just like, I don't know, explore the room, but finding a way out.
Okay, so roll a d6 for me.
5. Woohoo!
Oh, that's a good roll. So as you've done so, you've been able to take a couple of steps. They're a little bit shaky, but you know, it's not like you're a newborn. You quickly regain like the knowledge on how to walk. And you've actually bumped into a chair. And as you stumble your way through it and you're feeling it, it just feels like a regular hospital chair, nothing fancy. But beside that, you think there must be something there because you heard like an extra clank when you've gone into the chair. So as you feel for that, you see that it's actually one of those stands that they use for like the drips. So whether it's, so nothing at this stage, you're aware that anything's connected to it, but it's there ready if you need it. And then as you've gone around the chair, there's the wall. And I'm assuming you're wanting to continue to walk around the wall?
I want to walk around the door feeling around for some kind of knob or handle. So yeah, hopefully leading me somewhere else, somewhere out of here.
So as you do this, you're feeling a pull along your finger, and it's on your right hand and on the pinky.
Right.
And it doesn't feel like it's tight, but it's uncomfortable. Like you can't continue walking while this thing is connected to your finger. You're running out of cord.
Cool. So I wouldn't normally do this under normal circumstances, but these are not normal circumstances. So I think I'm going to just attempt to move whatever is on.
As you've had this thought, there's this loud cackle of a sound that kind of just ricochets through the room. It's bouncing off all the walls. And as you've gone to pull off whatever this is that's connected to your finger, there's a screech and it's ear piercing. And then as soon as it falls off, the sound cuts out. And girl, what are you doing? Why are you up and out of bed? And you've taken off your
Rhonda.
heart monitor as well. And then it's like there's this force that pulls you back into bed, and
Okay.
the heart monitor's put back on your finger.
So good to not see you again, Rhonda, because I can't see you, but I could sense your energy the minute you walked into the room.
Girl, what didn't you understand about our last conversation? You need rest. Walking does not constitute as rest.
True, but in my defense, I'm a little bit restless because I don't know why I'm here, Rhonda. Aside from the fact that I was in an accident, okay, so that is a really big, obviously, factor of why I'm here. But I just want some answers. If you give me answers, I will behave and I will, you know.
Answers. You want answers, okay.
I want answers. Just, yeah, give me some answers.
Look, I wish I could give you more answers than what we already have, but the truth is, we are still undergoing tests. Your blindness has no real reason as to why it's here, okay? We suspect that it's psychological, hence why we need you to rest, regain your strength, and in time, we hope, your ability to see will come back. Until then, we will continue testing.
Is there somebody else who's like doing these tests though, Rhonda? Like surely like a neurologist or, someone else, like I don't know.
There are a team of people, unfortunately. These tests are conducted while you're sleeping. So they are not available to have a discussion with you right now, but in time, we will ensure that the full team of professionals are here to discuss your conditions and the research that's been currently conducted to find out what the best treatment is for you moving forward.
Just feel like it's the blind leading the blind, Rhonda.
As this happens, you feel like there might be like a little like whip that like a fly or something like that kind of like gets you across the face.
Ow, Rhonda, that was uncalled for. It was just a joke.
Oh, what are you talking about, girl?
What was that? What just was on my face? Is you have an insect problem here or
I
what's the
didn't see
situation?
anything.
Right. Don't joke about those things, Rhonda. It's actually very hurtful, given my situation. Joking about that.
Girl,
Surely you did.
if I did, I would have told you. I do not have time for jokes. Now, leave your monitors alone, stay in bed, and rest. She disappears, and the muffling sound comes back.
I am totally giving Rhonda a 1-star review. My hospital stay. Um,
As you're contemplating all of this, that sting along the face wherever that bug has like hit you, it can feel like it's burning, and you feel that it's like drying out, shriveling up a little bit, as if it's like aging in a sense, like that your skin doesn't have like the energy to recover from that little swipe, which naturally it should be able to recover from. And you're feeling tired as your body tries to heal that little scratch across your face. Roll a D10 for me.
all right. Five.
Okay, so you go to sleep. It's not as deep of a sleep as previous, but you're definitely feeling restful. But there's something different about the images that are appearing. You can feel like your whole body is reacting to what you're seeing and hearing. And there's all these lights flashing, and they're little beams of light, and it's as if these lights are trying to find somebody in particular, and then as they're zooming around, one stops in front of you. Jane, it's Mum, dear. Can you hear me? Jane, can you hear me?
Yes, Mum?
Baby girl, you must listen to me. Are you listening?
I'm listening. Mum, I'm listening.
Don't trust Rhonda. Jane, did you hear me? Can you hear me?
Mum, I can hear you, and I'm way ahead of you.
Try to stay awake. I can't stay long. She's too strong. Don't trust Rhonda. Can you hear me?
What
Jane,
do you mean she's too strong?
You must stay awake, and then it all just disappears, and you've woken.
That was a very real dream for me. Mum and I always having those sorts of exchanges. Right, Rhonda. Rhonda, I knew I didn't trust her for a reason. All right. So I really don't want this thumb thing on, because I'm pretty sure that is administering some sort of sleeping solution to me. So I want to take that off if I can.
Okay, so as you attempt to take it off, roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
You'll also need to roll a d4 as well.
All right. I will roll the d6 first. 5. All right. And then d4. 2.
Okay, so your energy levels has increased slightly, and your limbs are feeling stronger. They're probably at a similar rate to as when you were standing. So the standing, it's almost like empowered you a little bit, and given you that extra strength to kind of keep going. And now, as you try and attempt to remove the heart monitor, it's come off fairly easily, but there's definitely that resistance there where it almost feels like it has a life of its own, where it's trying to stay on there, but you're able to get it off. But this screeching sound happens again. It's even louder than before. Like it's so overwhelming that it's like it's in your brain, it's in the outside, and then it just suddenly cuts out and you're left with that ringing sound. And then Rhonda comes back in again. Girl, what didn't you understand about last time? And then she flings you back, and you almost feel like you've been like whiplashed by the sheer force of it. But then the pillows are catching you at the same time, so it was very conflicting. Like you've got like a soft kind of cushioning that you come back to. And then she's put the monitor back on your hand, and this time it's like zapped you, and you're feeling more drained again.
Really don't like your Rhonda. Definitely. Okay. All right. So is Rhonda still in the room with me right now, or has she left?
Rhonda has left because you can hear the muffling sounds in the background. But the muffling sounds have gotten louder. They almost seem angry.
Right.
And I don't know, there's a certain feeling in the air. It seems different. The sterileness that you felt at the beginning when you first woke up, that seems to be diminishing, and there's almost like a blackness to the air. Like it seems like there's the sickness.
I'm getting such like she's gonna be some sort of like vampiress or something like that. This is what's gonna happen. Okay. Alright, so basically what I know about my room is that I know that I'm in a room, I know that I'm in the bed, I have the drip beside me on the wheelie stick. I don't know what they're actually called.
Yeah, so it's got like the 3 wheels, and it's,
Yeah.
yeah, like it looks exactly like what you'd get in the hospital with the little spark, like the spikes where the bags sit on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's but I don't know. Like, there's probably,
Yeah, I'm sure
someone
there's
who's
a
a nurse
technical.
listening. They're
Yeah.
like, it's called this. Like,
Like,
ugh,
come on,
what an
guys.
amateur. Come on. So, all right, I have that. I have a chair. And I have my button. I've got my clicker. I want to know, is there something I'm going to look around the room. I'm going to keep the thing on because it seems that I don't know, she's draining my energy through this thing. This is what I'm feeling.
It's
So
creepy.
I can't take it off because if I take it off, she knows. She knows that I take it off because there's something magical and evil about it. So, I want to go. I want to have a look around the room. I maybe want to find a weapon
Okay.
because
Are
shit's about to
you
get real, Rhonda.
are you
Excuse
going
me.
out the left-hand side? Oh, it's fine.
I apologize if there are any children listening, or watching.
The
Um,
disclaimer at the bottom.
yes, I'm going to go out the left-hand side.
Yeah. So that's the same side you went last time.
It's the same side I went out last time.
Yeah.
And I want to see whether I can find something in the room
Okay.
to
So
mess Rhonda up.
what I'll do is I'll get you to roll a d12 for me this time.
Okay. Where art thou, D12? Okay, so, we got a 9.
Very good. So you've gotten out of bed. You're a bit more graceful this time round. It's like the memory of how to use your limbs is come back.
Yep.
There's still a bit of tiredness, but you're definitely not draining as quickly as what you did the first time.
Cool.
You've been able to recover quick enough that you know that there's about 5-6 steps to the wall. You know at the third step there's the chair, so you've been able to avoid that. You haven't hit it again. You take note that the drip stand is on your left, and you're continuing along the wall towards your right.
Okay.
You know that you don't have the full length, or you suspect you don't have the cord length for the heart monitor to be able to walk the entire way. So you're using your arm length to stay that distance away from the wall, hoping that you'll have enough feel to be able to get a sense of what's in the room.
Okay.
So from where the chair is, you count that it's 6 steps, maybe 6.5 steps to the next wall.
Okay.
When you continue the wall that's directly in front of your bed, it's probably about maybe 8 steps. You haven't felt anything. There doesn't seem to be what you would suspect in a regular hospital. So like probably like they normally have some sort of like sink and your antibacterial kind of stuff. None of that's there. It's a blank space. As you continue around, you're now hitting the third wall, I guess, where you're getting excited because you feel like that's where the door should be. You're probably on your third step along that wall when you're starting to feel a crease. So there's a gap there, and you suspect that that must be where the door is, but you don't have the length in your heart monitor to be able to get a good feel of it. But as you take another, probably about 1.5 steps, that's the same width as a door, you're getting that other side, and you're pretty confident that that's going to be a door. You haven't felt a handle, but there's the metal plate that's there, so you think that that might be either that there's going to be a door handle further up, or it's one of those push doors.
Right.
And you've been able to get enough sense that when you've touched it, it's not moving freely, so it could potentially be locked.
Okay. All right. So did darling Rhonda put my bandages back on my eye, around my eyes? Or am I still bandage free after trying to take them off last time?
You're still bandage free.
Okay.
just as you continue walking back towards your bed, you do feel that there's a bedside table.
Okay. Do I feel that this bedside table has drawers?
It does. So it's one of those ones where you have the top bit where you would normally have a drawer, but there it's
Okay.
blank, so you can just put your hand straight in there. And then underneath it, there's a small cupboard with a door.
All right. I want to have a bit of a feel around the top opening, like the top shelf to begin with, to see whether I find anything, and then I want to have a look in the drawer.
Roll a d6 for me.
Okay. I have gotten a 4.
Okay, so on the very top, you can see that there's a phone, just one of those like standard ones with like the cord and everything like that.
Right. Okay.
As you put your hand in the opening where the drawer would be, nothing,
Hmm.
it's blank.
Okay.
You open the door and you've bent down now to like have a good feel. There's nothing there that you would suspect like being on the bottom, so you're continually having a feel around the sides.
Hmm.
Just as you're about to give up, as you fling your hand to close the door, you feel something cold and smooth.
All right.
Did you want to have a close look?
I want to have a see
Well,
what you did there.
a
I
feel.
see what you did there. Stop making fun of my blindness.
That's fair.
No. I want to have a closer feel.
Okay.
I want to have a more in-depth feel.
So as you do, you can see that there's a curvature at the top of whatever this object is.
Okay.
And it kind of curves in a little bit and goes straight, and then you've got like the jagged edges. So to you, what you
Yeah.
can feel, it seems like to be a key. Um,
I thought as much.
it's stuck on there good though.
Okay. Stuck on there good. What do I have? What do I have in my room? Eh.
At this
Um,
point, you're feeling quite tired as well. You've exerted a lot of energy exploring the room.
okay. How about I'm going to close. I know it's there now, so I'm gonna close that door. And I'm gonna step back into bed. And I think I'm gonna give Stella a call because I'm feeling a bit peckish, and I'm wondering whether potentially she might be able to, I don't know, bring me some food. And I might need to use a knife and fork. So let's see what she can do for me. So I'm gonna press the button. Um, and yeah.
Okay. Oh, hello, dear. Oh, it's so good to see that you're awake and well. How are you feeling?
Oh, look, Stella, I am absolutely starving. I'm really, really thinking that it would be great if you could bring me something, to eat, maybe a hot meal. Yeah, like what have you got on the menu?
Of course, dear. Well, what would you like? What is there anything in particular that you're craving?
Oh, look, I'd say a steak, but I don't know whether you'd have that on your trolley. Just something that's like hearty and, it's a bit messy. Something, filling is what I'm really looking for that I can really, just dig into. I don't want to,
Sure.
I don't want any finger food though. Like, no,
No
I don't want any
finger
finger food.
food.
No finger
Okay.
food. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, that might be a little bit tricky, but let me see what I can find for you.
Thank you.
Go on and roll a d4 for me, just to see if you can convince her to bring you back a full meal or if it's going to be a snack.
Whew. 3.
Okay, so Rhonda comes back within like 30 seconds to a minute, just enough time for you to kind of think about it. And you can hear like a bit of like wheels moving, and
Okay.
suddenly there's like a a sound of a heavy, like plastic kind of thing that's been propped down for you, which you can assume is going to be the plate that has your food on it. And then so I was like, oh dear, dear, you'll be so excited. I actually was able to find the steak that you requested.
Oh, wonderful. That's
I know. I
great.
didn't even know that we had steak. What fun.
Hmm. Well, that is delicious. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Stella. I am really going to enjoy this. Do I have, can you, my cutlery's on my tray, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Now, look, I don't want to be insensitive by any means, but would you like some assistance? I've got some time now. I don't mind helping you eat, and make sure that you regain some strength by eating this hearty meal.
Stella, you are just a gem. I really appreciate that. But I know how full your plate is. You're very busy being, a nurse and everything. So I'm sure that you have other patients that you need to look after
Oh,
and attend
nonsense,
to.
dear. I
Um,
don't mind.
oh, it's cool. I've always been a bit weird about people, feeding me. Just ask my mum. She tried and I was always hating it, even when I was a kid. So I'm good. I'll get through this. It will be a slow, but it will be worth it. I'm so excited.
Of
Thank you so
course, dear.
much.
Well, I'll check on you in a little bit, shall I? You know where to call for me if you do need anything.
Not a problem. Don't you worry. I'm going to masticate this really well. It's not going to be any issues.
I have no doubt you're recovering just nicely.
Thanks, Stella.
And then disappears, and the muffling sound is back in the background.
All right. Well, seems very sad to put this steak to waste, but also I'm a bit skeptical around whether it is actually a steak because I don't know. I'm still getting like vampire kind of feels from these people. So I'm not going to eat it, but I now have tools. And I want to see whether, firstly, I want to keep this knife, but I'm going to get out of my bed. I'm going to move the tray aside, or, at least kind of get myself around it, because it's probably on one of those things that they put across.
Yeah, it's on one of the stands that have the wheels.
Yeah.
So you can easily move it.
I'm going to move it, and I'm going to slide out of the bed again.
This
and
time, as you do it,
yeah,
that laughing, cackling sounds come back.
Oh
it's
God.
louder than ever. You feel that thickness that's in the air, the darkness. It's almost like overpowering you now. Your energy, you can feel like the pulsing that's coming out of your heart monitor. It almost feels as if something was happening, or something's about to happen.
All right. You know what? I'm going to steel myself. I feel if that's the case, if I'm feeling like something's about to happen, I want to have my weapon of choice, which, hey, they got me steak. I'm guessing it's a steak knife, so it's pretty sharp. It's going to be a good weapon. So I'm going to hold that behind my back. And you know what? I was never one to, kind of shy away from not confrontation, but what is this thing? I want to know. So I'm going to not 100% confident, but I'm going to very assertively say, who are you? Who is there? Talk to me. Who is laughing right now?
Nothing happens. The laughter just continues going on.
Okay.
Do you want to attempt to get the key?
All right, then I'll attempt to get the key. I'm going to open up the door, and I'm going to sort of use my knife as a leverage to try and get it off then.
Okay. Which hand is in the knife? Like,
All
sorry,
right.
which hand is
So
the knife
it's on
in?
the left-hand side. All right. So that means, okay,
Yeah,
I
so the door's on
have
the left-hand side. It's opened out.
doors on the left hand. Okay. So left. I have opened it with my left hand, the door.
Mm-hmm.
I have the knife in my right hand, my hand of choice. So I'm guessing it's on the door, you said,
Mm-hmm.
sort of stuck to the door. So I'm going to use the knife to now I'm holding the door very firmly so it's not wiggling about. And I'm going to use the knife
Okay.
to.
Roll a d6 for me. The knife's gonna feel funny in your hand because you've got the heart monitor on.
Okay. 6.
Okay. So you're holding the door with your left hand. You're knelt down in front of it, so you're able to use your body weight to kind of keep that door firm as well. And
Mm-hmm.
you've put the knife at the top of the key. And considering you're blind, like you're doing pretty well to the precision of it. So you've got the tip in there, and at first you're just kind of feeling to see if you can like shimmy it off a little bit. It's on there pretty tight, so that's when you start to use the blades a little bit to kind of take off whatever this sticky substance is. It's very tacky. You can't be certain how long that key's been there for, but you suspect it must have been there for a while, considering how stuck on it is.
Okay.
But you're able to take it off quite easily, and you can hear the clinging of it as it falls to the ground.
Great. All
While
right.
this is all happening, that's when the laughter is starting to die down a little bit, but it's happening in the background.
All right. So I've now got the key, and I've got my knife. So that's good. I'm feeling a lot better about those two things. So I'm gonna close that door, and I just need to think for a moment. Because I can't get to the door without taking off that heart monitor. I can't reach it. So I'm gonna need to do that. All right, it's happening. So I've got the key obviously in my left hand.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the knife in my right. So I'm just gonna sort of move the knife into my left hand for a moment, so I can now pull off.
And are you sitting or are you standing at this point?
I am standing. So
Standing.
I've gotten up from my crouch position on the ground.
Okay, and in terms of where you're standing compared to where the door is, how far away are you?
So I'm still in front of the cabinet.
Okay,
Or no,
so
I've walked around, sorry. No, I changed my mind. I've walked around to where, like near where the heart monitor was. So just as far
out
enough
of
away.
reach. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That.
So, and you're going to take the heart monitor off now?
I'm going to take the heart monitor off,
So,
and I'm going to wait for Rhonda.
So as you've continued to walk, each step, the laughter's just getting louder and louder and louder.
Okay.
And then you've now reached the door and you've taken off the
I'm
heart
ready.
monitor, and that screeching has just overpowered again, and it's almost got you to drop the knife. So I'm gonna get you to roll a d4 for me.
Okay. 4.
You've managed to hold on to that knife. Like, you are
Thank
feeling
God.
strong. You're feeling at, I wouldn't say you're peaking with strength, but you're doing pretty good. Like, you've been able to take
Okay.
all of those controls back. As all of this
All right.
screeching is happening, you've heard that the monitor's like pulled back because it's obviously flung off your finger. It's touched the ground. Instant silence. And then you feel this, that thing that whipped your face earlier. You almost feel like that potentially is what's wrapping around you right now, and it's pulling you back. And then you just
Right.
hear Girl, how many times do I have to tell you? Keep the monitor on and stay in bed. And it's like this billowing sound that's filled your head and filled the space. And that thickness, the darkness that's been swallowing this room, like you could cut it with your knife. And the sterile smell, that's completely gone now. You're not sure what it is that you can smell. Smoky? You're not sure. You can't put a name to it. It's nothing familiar.
Well, I'm going to say, how many times do I have to tell you, Rhonda, that I don't take orders from grumpy, middle-aged women? I'm assuming, I'm making an assumption here. I don't know whether you're middle-aged, but you're not very nice. And I'm going to stab down with my knife to try and cut through whatever is holding onto me and pulling me back. I'm cutting through it.
Roll a d12 for me.
All right.
So as you're saying all of this, the laughter, the cackling is surrounding as well. The screeching, everything you've ever heard so far is kind of just filling up this space, and it's just getting thicker and thicker.
I got an 8.
You got an 8, okay. So as you have stabbed down, you've been able to pierce whatever this limb type thing is around you. And you can see that it's weakened enough for you to kind of squirm out of it. But you by no means have cut it off or anything like that. But you've taken her by surprise, and she just, ah! And then you've been able to get free.
All right.
What have you done? This was meant to be easy.
Easy for who? You, Rhonda? Ain't been easy for me. This has been the worst day of my life. I'm gonna stab down again.
So, because you've stepped out,
I've stepped out?
Yeah, the limb has like recoiled out. But as you've gone to stab again.
Sweet.
She has flung whatever this is, you're not 100% sure, back at you. So I'll get you to roll a d12 again to see if you can A, avoid it, and B, stab her.
12!
Wow! You've somehow miraculously been able to avoid this thing from getting you. Your sense of hearing has obviously heightened with your blindness, so that sense is like trying to compensate, and you've just got this like ninja-like movement ability to be able to kind of dodge it, and then you've been able to pop the knife into the tentacle and like pull it back out. So you've definitely cut her. You can hear like a squelch of something as if like it's come out. And that screeching sound again is just emanating through. And again, though, it's still going inside your head. Like it's everything that happens is just amplified.
All right. Okay, how do you like that, Rhonda? That's what I'm saying. How do you like that? Take a piece of your own medicine. Not very nice, is it?
Girl, I am going to get you. And then she just squeals again, or screeches, and then you can hear this like the whipping sound come back out again, and the cackling, everything is just like amounting even more and more. As all of this is going on, though, you can just hear like this little voice being like, Rhonda dear, just calm down. This is not what is meant to happen. Calm down. And then Stella directs to you as well. Why couldn't you stay in bed? I told you, rest. I told you not to get Rhonda angry. And then there's almost this like bit of like the overwhelmness of what's happening. It just makes her really quiet, and you can hear crying in the background now, and it's at the same volume that all the muffling was happening earlier. So you know she's close by. While all of this is going on, though, the shrieking, Rhonda just is completely lost it. She's not listening at all. Like, she's at the top of her rage, and another tentacle has been thrown at you. Roll a d12 for me.
So that is a 9. I got numbers now.
Yay! Just in time, when you need it. So,
just when I need it.
The tentacle it's hit you in the face this time, but it's nothing serious. It's enough where just what you felt last time, where it stings, it hurts, there's this shriveling kind of feeling. It's drained you slightly, but not enough to prevent you from doing anything.
All right. I want to lash out at Rhonda and her slimy tentacle, because I don't get bitch slapped by no creepy thing that I don't actually know what she is because I can't see her, but I'm guessing she's pretty messed up.
So, are you running at her, or are you just wanting to?
I'm gonna I'm a slashing and that stuff.
I'll get you to do a D12 for me. Oh, I've coughed.
8.
Okay, so you're stabbing ferociously, trying to get anything, but she's just too quick. Every time you're stabbing, you're just dodging, but you can feel wind, so you're definitely getting close. But she's definitely just outside of your reach.
Right. Okay. Okay. So.
Your hesitation, she's taken this as an opportunity to fling another tentacle at you. And by this point, her rage is so severe that there's no words coming out. She is just constantly screaming. There's no reasoning with this wild thing anymore. You're certain now that she's not human.
Oh, yeah.
And she's just flinging.
No, really?
You get one, but she's launching one at your face, and unsuspectingly, there's another one that she's flinging around your waist, and that's grabbed you. So you're now back in her hold.
Okay. So my arms are still free though.
Yeah.
So I am going to go for the tentacle that is around my waist. I am going to stab with all my force, with such force I hope that it hacks it off. That's what's happening.
Okay. D20 for me.
D20, okay. So I have gotten a 13.
It's not bad. So you obviously can feel where this tentacle is around you, and you're stabbing at it all sorts. You're hoping that you're getting the same area, so it's not going to be a clean cut. Like, it's pretty jagged and everything like that. You're not able to clearly chop it off or anything like that, but she is being able to swing it out from around you and to pull it back, and she's screeching in pain. Like, everything that is happening now, it will have a lasting impact on that. She's not going to be able to recover from it. As she's pulling her tentacle away from her though, she attacks you again with the other one, and roll a d6 for me.
So that is a 4.
So she has hit you where the cuts on your face were, and you've seen a surge of energy taken out of you, and this time you are feeling a bit more deflated, and then she recoils completely.
Okay. How close am I? Am I close to the door?
So when she's first put the first tentacle around you, she pulled you back closer towards...
she pulled me back?
Yeah,
okay.
So you're closer towards the bed at this point. Your back would be to the door.
My back is to the door, and... Okay, so she has no tentacles around me at the moment. She's retracted them?
That's correct. Yep, she's pulled back entirely. You can still hear all the screeching that's going on.
I don't know. I'm just going to provoking her. That is what I'm going to do so that I get her to come within my range of attack. I'm just going to be like, come on, you slimy, sluggy witch. Let's do this. Let's dance. I can't see you, but let's do it.
So are you attempting to walk towards her at all, or just
No, I'm
you're
trying
going
to
to
get
hope
her
to
to
get
come
her
to me.
to
I'm
come
like,
to you?
bring it. Bring it
Okay.
on. Let's do it.
Roll a d12 for me. Let's see if you can convince her.
7.
Okay. So the screeching is continuing. It's somehow getting louder. You're not even sure how that is possible. With that last surge of energy that she's taken from you, the noise is taking its toll. So she is like attempting to fling you across with these tentacles to further hurt you, and she's using the injured one to get your face. So you're sure that it's the injured one because it just seems to be just shy of reaching you. What would you like to do?
I want to do like some kind of, I don't know, like, you know how the Vikings do like a butterfly cut? I'm going to like butterfly cut
Trying to
the
take
air.
the tips off?
I'm going to do some sushi magic.
Yeah.
Cut off her tentacle.
All right.
Do it.
Do a d6 for me.
Okay. Let me just get closer. All right. Come on. So that was a 4 again.
Okay, so because it's the sluggish tentacle, you can feel it as it's like going to touch your face, like the wind has come across it. So you've got the knife and you've been able to slice off the very tip of it, and it quickly recoils.
Oh, good.
But you haven't.
How do you like that, Rhonda? Want some more?
The screeching just amplifies again. This time though, it does like affect you, and you've kind of wobbled a little bit more.
Okay. All right. So I wobbled back a little bit.
Yeah.
So she's still on the other side of the room.
She is. Yeah.
Do I get a sense that she might be like preparing for some big move? Am I kind of maybe getting that vibe off her with my spidey senses?
You feel that the tentacles might be coming from different directions, so you're fairly certain that she's not staying in the one spot, that she's migrating around you, but it's the same distance. She's not getting any closer.
Okay.
As you're contemplating all of this, she's throwing another tentacle at you. Roll a d12 for me.
All right.
Oh, I rolled the wrong one.
So that's a 6.
Okay, so this time she's used her healthy tentacle, and you've dodged it enough where it's not the full impact, so it's not like the chunky part of the tentacle, but the first like third of the tentacle has like got you across the face, and this time like it's left a larger mark, and you know instantly that it's drained more energy, and the shrieking has slowed down slightly, and so you suspect that that energy is actually boosting her, and the cackling sound is starting to come back.
Okay. I don't know. Like, I'm feeling like at this point, I just need to go. Oh, sorry. This is me. I'm not. Okay. This is like happening
Bianca.
in the millisecond. This is me, Bianca. This is happening, and it's not me like being like. So what would I?
What should I do at this point?
Well, I can't see you, but what am I gonna do? Yeah. All right. So the way that I see it is that. Okay. If I go to the door, I feel like I'm just gonna be fumbling to get the key in and get out. So maybe I need to go like I don't know, like just full crazy on her and just stab into just like go for her.
Yeah.
Find
You're actually
her.
gonna run at her.
I'm gonna run at her, and I'm going to, I feel like I'd have pretty good intuition to know potentially where, like, if I get closer to her, like, you know, how
You'll
even when
sense where she is.
I'll like sense where she is, and I'm gonna try and just, you know, really just like, yeah, rip into her.
Let's find out how
I'm
intuitive
gonna
you
be like a
are.
berserker, like Viking berserker. This is what I'm just gonna be.
Sling
Ah!
everything.
Ah! Yep.
Let's
Done.
see how good you are and roll a d20 for me.
D20, D20, do.
Bring it on.
Hang on, I dropped that one.
I feel like Rhonda might just be misunderstood. You know?
17.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
So, as you muster up this strength, you run at her, or you hope in the direction where she's at.
Yep.
And you can
Just
feel
Simpsons. Ah!
you can feel like the tentacles coming at you. But with your ninja-like skills, you're able to kind of swish around them. And because these tentacles are coming at you, you're able to feel pretty confident about which direction the Rhonda is. So you're just launching yourself out. Every now and then you're, you know, trying to attack these tentacles at the same time to give you a bit more of an advantage. But your main mindset is you just want to actually physically attack Rhonda herself. So you've been able to launch at her. You've been able to... the first attack has actually like knocked her. And at this point, roll a d12 for me. Let's see what Rhonda does once the knife's gone into her.
Come on, Rhonda. Die. 7.
7, okay. So you've been able to get to a point where the tentacles are a bit... they're not being able to recoil fast enough back into like a normal human-like length to attack you. So you can continue to stab her. But you are getting closer to the head. So the head is actually trying to also to bite you. And that's shocked you. Like obviously you weren't expecting that. So it has like slightly nipped you. And more energy has been drained from you. And so you're starting to slump a little bit. You don't have the strength to continue stabbing her, and you're just somewhat falling a little bit. What would you like to do?
I don't know. Is this the last hurrah? Like,
Rhonda's definitely injured though. You were able to get a few good stabs in, I must add.
I want to muster up my last bit of strength to go, you know, like for the kill, basically. Like just literally just put all of my energy into like one final power move, see if I can take her down. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Where are you aiming for her when you go to do this?
Okay, so I'm feeling like I am, because you said like I got a bit of a nip, right?
Yeah, it was just a small one.
Yeah, just a small one, but I'm guessing I'm somewhere in front of a torso, right? So I want to go for, wow, heart might be a stretch, but you know, somewhere where it's really gonna, you know, be like a vital organ, and it's gonna take her down.
All right.
The death kill, if it's possible.
Roll the d20 for me.
So that is a 12.
Considering how injured and hurt Rhonda was from those first few blows, you weren't able to get her heart, but you somehow managed to actually get the knife into one of those already like holes that you've put into her, and you're able to kind of like slide it up a little bit. So you can hear all the squelching and there's blood that's like bouncing out onto you, and it's like hitting your face.
Lovely.
And
great. Facial.
Whatever this blood is though, it is affecting you. And it's almost like the same substance of the tentacle that was hitting you and taking out your energy. But as you're doing this, you know that you're also killing off Rhonda. So as you slump to the ground and take your last breath, Rhonda does as well. And you kind of both almost like slump down on the ground together. As all this happens, the screaming dies down. There's no laughter. And you're just greeted with the weeping sounds of Stella as all of this unfolds.
And I'm dead.
You are. But you did kill Rhonda. So
You know what? It's worth it. Like, it was worth it.
It was very worth it, I think. And I guess the question is were you really dead in the first place? What was going on, you know? What happened at this car accident?
Well, that was my thinking. Was I in purgatory? Was I in
What do you think?
some sort of... Look, I definitely... yeah, like I was getting demonic vibes from the beginning. Like hotel, it was almost like a Hotel California situation, but it was like a hospital California. Hospital hell. Ugh.
Yeah, it's kind of what you don't want happening. Like, of all places where you want to feel safe, the hospital's probably where you want to be.
But yeah, I think I had this feeling like, yeah, my energy was being drained on purpose. Yeah, I don't know. Do I get to know now what the story was?
Yeah, so I like to think that you were alive, but your mum died during the car accident, and it's kind of gone into this limbo kind of stage. And I like to think that all of this happened while you're in a coma. And so it was kind of the way that your conscious was fighting to wake up and get out of the coma. And like your mum was talking to you to try and like persuade you to actually wake up and, you know, continue on. You don't need her to survive, because I think you relied on her because of your blindness. Yeah. So it was part of like a growing up, you know, coming of age story with a twist.
The blindness was not actually as a result of the accident.
No, you were.
It was, I was blind always. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think with Rhonda and Stella, they were, I guess, what you
like
were
a bipolar situation going on there. Like, was it? Should not say that. Rather, multiple personalities is what I meant to say.
Yeah, exactly. I think they were the way that your brain was trying to process the events.
Right. Okay.
And so Stella was almost like an image of your mum, where she was kind of babying, and that's what you wanted her to be. And then Rhonda was just the polar opposite. She was kind of like that tough love that, you know, if you had the balance between the two, like you would have been able to have the strength to like carry on as your own.
Deep stuff.
Turned out that way.
Very. Whoa. Intense. That was good.
Thank you so much for tonight. It was so much fun.
I hope you enjoyed my antics. I was definitely having a lot of fun. Probably
no, a
GM's nightmare at times.
It certainly went in a direction where I was like, oh crap, like what's gonna happen? But I think it was good because it kept me on my toes as well. Because when I did the run through with Aaron, it definitely it went in a different direction, but similar. But yes, but thank you so much for joining. I hope all of you viewers enjoyed it as much as we did playing it. And I guess we'll see you next Wednesday, same time. Stay safe, everyone. Thanks, Bianca. Bye.
No worries. Bye.